Oh, I should do the intro. I am doing a first impression / review of 4 Merit Beauty products. So keep on watching. Timestamps are below if you want to jump around. So Merit did send these over to me. We have the Great Skin Serum, Great Skin Moisturizer, Minimalist Complexion Stick in the shade Bisque, and brush number 1. And they also sent this bag, which I wasn't expecting, but everybody who makes their first purchase gets this little Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs bag. It's actually pretty cute. It's corduroy. You just tie it. Honestly, this is the perfect little gift because they actually reached out to me a day or 2 after my car got trashed in a hit and run. If you know, you know. Face is washed, ready to go. We're going to start off with the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I think the color comes from the cacao extract. 2-3 pumps. Here we go. Should I do it like a real influencer? No, I can't. It has a scent, a subtle scent. It smells very natural. Do you notice any difference in skin luminosity? Feels good. Kind of reminds me of that Clarins oil that's blue. Is it Blue Orchid? I don't know. If you know, you know. Maybe it's yellow. That's what it reminds me of. All right, up next, the moisturizer, which has peptides in it. 2 pumps. Doesn't really have a scent. It's not as thick as a rich cream, but not as thin as a water cream. Moisturizer has peptides and hyaluronic acid. I'm mostly excited about the peptides, which are supposed to help with collagen production. Melasma is at an all-time high, in case you're wondering about the mustache. Now the moment of truth, the Minimalist Complexion Stick in the shade Bisque, medium neutral undertone. I think it is a medium. Olivey neutral, I would say. Let's pop up a picture of the website picture. So that's the shade. If you just leave it like that, the coverage is great. It's supposed to be functioning as a foundation or concealer. And I think the color match is pretty good. Swatched on the hand. Ooh, it's like perfect. See how olive I am? My face just has redness in it, but that is swatched on the hand. Let's try the brush number 1. So I can only assume that they're going to come out with more brushes in the future. It's tapered, pretty dense, not as dense as what I'm used to using. I already, before I even tried this, I didn't think it would be like my production makeup. If you're a creative, you probably want more coverage, but this is so far pretty good for in-person coverage. And also, if you watched my only other video, you guys know that I don't normally do my makeup in this order. I like to do underpainting, and we're just using the moisturizer as a makeup primer. So we're really putting this to the test. Let's cover some of this melasma. Stop. Also, this isn't supposed to crease. That was specifically mentioned, which would be wild because it's a cream. I call BS, but we will see. I hope to be wrong. The only thing is, because of the applicator and stuff, I feel like you might fly through this, and I know that this is an updated version where they added more product. Let's just blend down here. Let's do this. 3 stripes. I always have a dark mark right there. Let's see if this will be the one product in the world that actually covers it. No. I want to see what happens if I do it the way I would normally do a foundation. If I dip it on my hand, doesn't look like I'm wasting product. You're like, why would you even do that? Because if you're underpainting, you don't want to draw on your face and move around everything that you already did. I wouldn't say it does the pores favors, but it doesn't accentuate them either. I would pair this with an independent primer, just to kind of smooth out the pores. Doesn't really accentuate the dry patches, but I can notice my pores a little bit, but that's without a primer or setting powder. It actually doesn't feel like I'm wearing a ton. Like I was packing that on and it doesn't feel like it. I'm going to let this marinate, finish the rest of my makeup, check back with you guys, and give my final thoughts. Welcome back, my friends. Not that much time has passed, but it is dark outside now. My makeup is done. That was a whirlwind of emotions. Let me tell you, let me just assess, because I just took some thumbnails, smiling, and I feel like, I wouldn't say it's crease proof. Smile lines are creasing slightly. The color is perfect. It really like melts into your skin. I think it's super versatile. So if you're anywhere close to my skin tone and you are olive, undertones, or neutral, definitely go with Bisque. I really want Merit Beauty to come out with a liquid foundation because I feel like that fits more with the way that I apply my makeup. Let's put the mirror away. Overall, this is what it looks like. I think it's on par with every high-end foundation that I've tried. I should preface this, if you haven't watched my first video, I've tried them all. I've tried all the foundations. I am very picky. There was a period of time where it felt like it was just sitting on the skin, so you do need a primer. That moisturizer, it claims to be priming for makeup, but you do need a primer. It felt like it was sitting on my pores for a good 20 minutes. It looks better with time. I will say, compared to the best of the best, it feels the best. Like it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. And you guys saw I was packing that on like a mofo. I will give it a solid 7.2 out of 10. This brush, I would not recommend. You need a really dense brush. I use the densest of all the densest brushes in all the land. Like look at how dense that is compared to this. This is so dense and I think it's discontinued. So this is not helpful to anybody, but I don't think you need to buy this brush with it. You need a really dense brush though to pack it into those pores. And if you have a primer, even better. There was a period of time where it was a little scary and it looked like it was just sitting around and it was going to move around. The closest thing I can relate it to, if you tried the Rare Beauty bronzer stick, that's kind of what happens. Like it comes on like a cream and then it dries down to a different texture. It's not accentuating, but it's not hiding my pores. Color is great. I feel like you need to be very patient to use it, at least the way I did it without a primer. I do like using it better with drawing it on your hand, putting it on the brush, and then like pounding it into the face. Coverage is higher than I was expecting. And I will say I like it more as a foundation than a concealer because I did go back over some spots that didn't quite get covered, didn't oxidize. The color was the same, whether I was doing touch-ups versus when I first applied it, so that's great as well. 7.2, the serum and the moisturizer I'm going to continue to use because it's skincare, but my skin is very sensitive, so we'll see about that. I guess you're going to have to subscribe to see my long-term effects. The serum did not disappoint and the moisturizer did not disappoint as far as first application, first impressions. I feel like we all saw it, had a glow from within after I applied it. Do with what you will with the information that I provided you with. It's a great foundation. I just like liquids, but it looks good. And that wraps up this video.